We drove out to her house, a little country cottage with a thatched roof and a stone wall and a couple dozen sheep in the front yard. Nice sheep you got there.
I got the idea from Martha Stewart Living.
Of course, right. And the hand-woven doormat?
Yes, and the doorbell.
Oh. Hey, that's very nice. Very nice. Uh-huh.
Hi, honey. I'm home.
Her husband was in the living room reading a seafood cookbook. Right away, my suspicions were aroused.
Oh, hi, Mr. Noir. I'm Todd.
And I'm Timmy, her son from her first marriage.
Pleased to meet both of you.
Yes. Why don't you come in and make yourself comfortable here?
Thank
Mr.
you.
Noir?
Yes.
Just here to ask a few questions. Amber tells me that both of you were very fond of Kevin.
Yes, of course. Love the little fella.
Right.
I didn't worship the water he swam in like she did, but he was okay.
Well.
I can't help but detect a note of jealousy, sir.
Oh, me? Jealous of a fish? Hardly. I have a full, rich life, Mr. Noir. If my wife chooses to lavish her affection on a fish and neglect her family, that's up to her. It doesn't bother me a bit.
Well, I had no idea you felt this way, Todd.
Oh, she'd give the fish back rubs, if you can believe it.
What?
She fed him by hand, speck by speck.
Well.
She once took him on all our vacations, and the last spring we paid thousands for Kevin's emergency appendectomy. Can you believe that?
Let's cut to the chase, Todd. Did you kidnap Kevin?
No. If I had wanted him gone, I could have left him on the lawn. Believe me, the thought occurred to me, but I didn't.
Just then, I looked down at a travel brochure that Timmy was reading. Timmy?
No, don't look at me. I'm just a kid.
I see you're kind of dreaming of a trip to Hawaii, huh?
No.
You've been begging to go to Hawaii, Timmy. It's true.
No,
You begged your parents to go, but your mother said no. Am I right, huh,
Well, yes,
Timmy?
that's true. We couldn't get a fish sitter for Kevin.
And then you saw this brochure, Timmy.
What brochure?
The brochure in your hand. 7 days, 6 nights at the Waikoloa Mumu Manor Resort, including airfare, snorkeling, hula lessons, all-you-can-eat big kahuna luau, and complimentary plastic lei for $4,679. Huh?
The exact amount demanded in the ransom note.
Exact amount. Is it true, Timmy?
No, it's not.
Huh?
Maybe I did want to go to Hawaii, but I didn't take him.
Kind of a big coincidence, isn't it?
Well,
Unless what?
Unless that's your computer and printer over there, Amber.
That is your computer. You know it is.
Well-
Because if I'm not mistaken, this ransom note was printed on that printer, and it has a slight defect in the feeder that causes every sheet of paper to crumple slightly on the left side, just like the ransom note. You want me to test it, Amber?
No. I wrote the note.
That's what I
You
thought.
did? Mom!
I'm shocked, Amber.
It was for the insurance. Kevin is of an extremely rare breed of goldfish, and he's insured for $750,000. I was going to collect the money and use it to send Timmy to Harvard.
But my grades aren't good enough to get me in, Mom.
Oh, for $750,000, I can endow a place for you. I'm sorry. It was wrong. I know that now.
Where is Kevin, Amber?
Oh, he's in the basement. I put his tank under the stairs.
Uh-oh.
What?
I put the cat down in the basement this morning, and when she came up, I noticed she had fish on her breast.
Oh, no.
She was still chewing on a little tail fin,
Oh.
a gold one. So
Oh, well, I guess we can collect on the insurance after all.
Not so fast, Amber.
What?
Is this your insurance policy here on the end table?
Why, yes, it is.
I'd check out the fine print if I were you.
Well, what's that?
They're not going to pay you, Amber. Your insurance policy has a cat clause. I left Amber and Todd and Timmy to sit in their darkened home and sob into their hankies for a while. And I headed back to the 5 spot where my bourbons were still sitting on the counter.
So, Guy, you find the fish napper?
Yes, I did, Jimmy, and it was Amber herself.
Amber?
Yes. I told him the whole story, the fake ransom note, the cat, Harvard, the fine print in the policy.
Gee, a $750,000 fish. Never knew there was such a thing.
Yeah, people are willing to pay incredible sums of money for things you wouldn't believe, Jimmy. 50 grand for an authentic Chippendale chair, so old the upholstery's fallen off it. 100 grand for a bottle of wine, so old it's vinegar.
Imagine.
200 grand for a cup of coffee at the White House.
You know, that kind of reminds me of the story of the man who asked $50,000 for the talking dog. You remember that one?
I remember that joke. That's the joke the guy called me wanting to hear.
You know, brings him into the bar. The bartender doesn't believe the dog can talk, so the guy asks the dog, what's the opposite
of smooth? And the dog says, rough.
And who is the great home run hitter in the 20s and 30s?
Ruth.
The bartender says, you big fake, get that
dog out of here,
exactly.
he says,
So the guy and his dog go outside. The dog says,
What was I supposed to say? Mel-ot? I love it. Oh, God. The guy called me this morning and wanted to know that joke. Oh, what? It's been trying to remember it for years.
Really?
You got a phone here? Let me call him up here.
There you go.
Hello, I'm calling about there was a guy at this number who called me this morning wanting to know a joke about a dog.
There's no guy here.
I told this guy a joke 4 years ago at a party at the Lawrences or the Larsons or something. He was there in a sport coat, and he wanted to hear this joke.
Who is this?
It's a wonderful joke. Do you want to hear it? It's about the guy who walked...
A dark night in a city that keeps its secrets, where one guy is still trying to find the answers to life's persistent questions. Guy Noir, Private Eye.